Hello everybody, I hope that you're okay. Welcome to my tutorial. Today we are going to do a makeup by Ariel / Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner full soft glam look. Please note that in this tutorial I tried to speak as clearly and precisely as possible so that everybody can understand me, and I hope that you all enjoy. I'm starting my makeup off with the base. I'm using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation in the shade Custard. And my trick for foundation is to really take your time, do not rush, and really push the product into the skin. It has to be at one with your skin, and you can only achieve this by taking your time and really pushing it in. I've now moved on to concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer under the eyes, also down the side of the nose, as I really want my nose to appear slimmer and smaller. I also apply this to the top of my lip, my chin, my forehead, and down the center of my nose. Now, the same rule applies for blending your concealer. Do not rush blending your concealer. You must really push the product in once again. This is so you get that flawless blend. If you don't push the products together, they won't blend together and you won't get that seamless finish. You want both products to be at one with your skin, and this is the only way you will achieve this, by really taking your time and really pushing both products into the skin together. As you can see, this process does take a long time, but it is worth it at the end if you persevere. I am now going to take an Inglot 4SS brush. If there is any brush that I could suggest you have in your kit, it would be this brush. It is so versatile. I use this mostly for concealer, just to be able to blend the finer details around my eyes, my nose contour, and just make sure all the edges are super blended. I'm now taking the Morphe setting powder in Banana. I'm adding a heavy layer of the setting powder to bake my under eyes and to ensure that when I do my eye makeup, this does not fall onto the cheeks and the setting powder catches the product fallout. I'm now taking the Makeup Forever HD foundation palette. I cannot stress enough how good this palette is. I have used many contour shades. A lot of them leave your skin in a very muddy and ashy way. This is not one of them. It's so creamy and so blendable. As you can see, when I'm blending in my contour to my forehead and my cheekbones, I am taking my time. Good makeup does take time, guys. This is not an everyday look, and it will take some effort. I'm tapping, I'm blending, and I'm ensuring everything is fitting together seamlessly. You can also achieve this with just a little bit more effort than you would usually do for your everyday makeup. Never forget your ears, never forget your neck. You want to look seamless. Little tip that I have when applying your contour is to use light swirling motions and light pats and taps. Do not really rub in the product, or else this will actually lift the product. When you are doing your nose contour, remember to bring that contour shade further in than the natural shape of your nose to make sure that it appears slimmer. I also ensure the contour goes all the way from my eyebrows down, and it stops just before the end of my nose, and I also apply a little bit underneath to give it a lift. I am now taking the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette to set my contour. Cream contour needs to be set to prevent it moving around on your face during the day. As you can see, I am using light taps and swirls just to ensure this is set without moving it. We are now starting the eye makeup. We start by carving out the brow. I am using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer to do this. As today is a very full glam look, I need a thick base on the eyelid. For an everyday look, you could just use foundation. When carving out the brow, I focus the main area of product on the middle of the brow and the end of the brow, and then use lighter motions near the front of the brow. I then bring the product down onto the eyelid and use my inglot brush again to blend it out. You want to use a very light hand when blending out the eyelid base, making sure there are no creases and lines so that your eyeshadow will go on flawlessly. I am now starting the other eyelid. As you can see, I'm pressing the product in and then dragging it outwards. It's now time for the eyeshadow. I am using the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette and using the shade Sickening, which is a very peachy beige tone, as my base colour. At this stage, you want to blend the beige tone right up towards the brow, out towards the nose, and up past the brow onto the temple. You want to cover the entire lid with this peachy beige tone. This is what it should look like. I am now starting to deepen the outer section of my eye with the shade Hunty. This is a very muted, deeper beige / brown coloured shade. I am using circular motions and dragging the product slightly upwards, all the time blending to achieve this deeper shade on the outer of my eye. I am also applying this shade to the higher portion of the inner corner of my eye. Don't worry about the centre, as later on we will do a cut crease. Keep blending in circular motions and swiping motions to ensure everything looks super blended. Here is what it should look like at this stage. So now we are going in with the shade Mug from the same palette. This is just a deeper shade of brown, a very chocolatey brown, and I'm really focusing it on the outside edge of the eye. I'm deepening that brown tone and just building up the colour as I go along. As you can see, I keep this super tight to the corner of my eye. I'm not putting that dark shade anywhere else on my eye. You can then go back in with the original brush used for the first shade and just ensure that the edges are really buffed out. Here is what the eye makeup should look like at this stage. I am then taking the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. I believe the shade is Cocoa. This is one of my holy grail products. I love it so much. I'm just going to focus this on the lash line, outer corner of my eye to really further deepen that area. I'm taking the same brush and just blending it upwards into the rest of the shades. You can use any type of deeper brown eyeshadow for this, but I just love the creaminess of the Caviar Stick. You can then take your brushes for the lighter shades and really buff out those edges once again. We are starting to carve out very gently. This isn't a very harsh cut crease. We are doing this very gently. I am then taking a small buffing brush just to make sure that the cut crease is more soft compared to a usual harsh cut crease. I then set the cut crease with the colour Cake Face, which is a very bright white colour from the same palette. As this is a soft glam, make sure once again that that cut crease isn't too harsh. You can do this further by taking the other shades that you have previously put down, shades like Hunty and Sickening, just to re-go over the edges of the cut crease. I'm also placing Sickening down onto the middle part of the eyelid, just so it has this blend again. So it's going from white to the very peachy beige tone into the darker shades. You don't just want it to go from white to brown. I'm then just finishing off my eyebrows a little bit as some powder has gotten into them, giving them a brush through and using some brown mascara. I am then blending out the lower lash line with the brown shades. I'm using by Faux Armour Setting Spray. This was really nice, super fine mist and smelt amazing. I'm taking BJ lashes in the shade Jawa. These were very wispy lashes with a very thin lash band, and they were super easy just to pop on, but made the look so much more glamorous overall. As this is a Kardashian inspired look, I wanted to go with a pair of wispy, barely there lashes, as this is the look that they usually go for. I am then taking my favourite mascara of all time. It's the Essence mascara with the green on the packaging. This is the most amazing drugstore mascara. Now that we have finished the eyes, we will just complete the rest of the face. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Face Powder to finish buffing out my face. I'm also using MAC Cosmetics blush in Pinch Me just to brighten up the cheeks. I cannot go without blush. I love it so much. I'm dragging this up onto the temples so that the eye look is blended with the rest of the makeup. I also put this on the bridge of my nose, as this is where the sun would naturally hit your face. I'm then taking some more setting spray just to ensure that the face is not too powdery and so that my highlight will really pop. I'm taking the Jeffree Star highlight in the shade King Tut. I'm putting this on my cheekbones and down the center of my nose. I'm then taking the by Faux Lip Duo in Chestnut. I was super happy with this product as it's a lip liner and lipstick all in one, and the lip liner and lipstick were super creamy. I also add a lighter beige lipstick from Makeup Forever in the center of my lip, just to give the lip some definition. And that completes the look. Thank you guys, if you got to this stage, for staying with me. I hope that you enjoyed this very in-depth and educational style of tutorial, and I will see you in my next video.